Hi guys, so welcome to today's video. So this is it started out as a tutorial and now it kind of turned into a get ready with me almost. I started kind of chit-chatting a little bit about living in Japan. There's also a couple ideas that I have, so if you guys are interested in letting me know how you feel about those ideas, keep watching, comment, let me know. And also, don't forget to hit subscribe, like, share, all of that, please. I would appreciate you if you would, do that.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.
Time to do our thing. Okay, so for the 35U palette, this little like kind of tan brown color, just gonna go in with the fluffy brush on that. Grab a little bit, tap off the excess, and I'm going to make that my transition color. So there's our transition color. And I already know the look I'm going for today, so that's a plus, because sometimes I just come in here and I have no clue what I'm doing. I just start and then it's either comes out amazing or it comes out really crappy. So not that saying that this is going to come out amazing, I'm just saying, yeah, this is the one I want. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with this kind of darker chocolatey color. Same palette, same 35U from Morphe. Alright, take my mirror. This is going to be my outer corners and my crease. So as you can see, just very little. I don't want to like put too much pigment down and then, spend 10 years blending. Although we still probably will spend 10 years blending, but not going to spend as much. Alright, so as you can see, this is kind of the look we have right here for this eye. It's just a tiny bit darker than the transition shade. It's like a shade or two darker. It's not really too much. So because of that, I'm going to add just a tiny bit more, especially in the crease area and on the inner corner. There's also a bug downstairs. And before I moved to Japan, and those of you who don't know, I live in Japan, obviously. Just said that. Before I moved here, I was looking up all these bugs and stuff because I had heard of the Japanese hornet, which I have luckily not seen, but I have seen a hornet, and it was dead in my door, but I don't know exactly if it was like a Japanese hornet. It was not as big as the Japanese hornets supposedly are supposed to be. So to be honest, if it was one, I think it's like a baby. Well, not really a baby. It was still pretty fucking big, but it was not a fully grown adult. It was a teenager. It was something. Anyway, so last night I was really, really tired, but I was thirsty, and I literally sat in my bed. This is not a joke. I literally sat in my bed for like a good probably 30 minutes just deciding if I wanted to go downstairs and get some water, because that was really my life last night. My thirst had won. So I go downstairs, and I don't have a darker color in the Morphe 35U, so I'm going to grab my CoverGirl Goldens palette and just get that really dark chocolate color over on the side here, just to give myself a little more dimension. But yeah, so I go downstairs, and I turn on the lights, and this house that I have, I haven't bought it, it's rented, but it is huge. It's a really, really huge house. So, oh, and I'm only just putting this on the inner and outer corners. I'm not going to really touch in the crease too much, because that's kind of what the other color was for. But, so I go downstairs, and I turn on the lights and everything, and I see this like dark spot in the carpet, and all my carpet's like gray, like tile. It's not tile, it's carpet, but it's like tiled gray carpet, if that makes sense. So I see something and I'm like, what is that? And again, I'm like really tired. I'm like half asleep and I'm like looking at it and I'm like trying to figure out what the hell I'm looking at. And of course, like even if it was nothing, the fact that I thought it was something had me scared. So I'm like tiptoeing around it and then it moves. Scared the absolute shit out of me. Not even kidding. I actually like jumped and I was like, what is that? So of course, like I live by myself, so what the hell was I supposed to do? So I go and I look and I'm like, oh my god, is that a centipede? Now, when I was doing my research, I was came across a post that had like all these centipede like or all these bugs on it, all these like insects, like so the hornet was on it, the huntsman spider was on it, all this stuff was on it, and it was like giving you information and stuff and all this and that, and I was like, oh my god, and I was like, is that one of the centipedes? And there's two different ones that I did research on. Well, kind of research. I read up on them. One of them is poisonous, and if it bites you, it will mess you up. And the second is harmless, but it's huge. This one downstairs is little, so I automatically took that as it's poisonous. So there is a jar downstairs, right? The jar is full of seashells, and I just put it over top of it. So this entire night, that damn centipede thing has been under a jar. I don't know if it's still there, but I went downstairs this morning to get a shirt, and the jar is still there. I don't know if the centipede's still under there. I'm kind of more scared. I'm gonna wait until I can get like a boot or something to go down there, and I'll kill it. Because again, if it's the poisonous one, I'm not about that life. I'm not gonna die. So I just thought it was funny. But yeah, that's my life downstairs right now. So. Yeah, so if I ever get like a boyfriend or, you know, a husband or whatever those things are called, he has to kill this shit. Alright, so I'm going to take a fluffy brush right here. It's one of the new ones I got. Again, I'll post the link again on this video. But if you watched my last one, I mentioned them in those too. But they're from Amazon. For the whole set, it was like $12 or $13 or something like that. But they're really, really pretty and they're really fluffy. And I like them, so... I'm going to dip into this color right here. Same palette, 35U by Morphe. Not that I have to keep repeating that, but just in case. I'm going to put that all over the center lid. I always just kind of go from top to bottom to get all of the non-eyeshadow covered lid, and then I kind of go side to side to blend it with the other two colors. We're going to keep this out. Don't put your palettes up yet. Wet n Wild Mega Lynx. Honestly, this is my go-to mascara, so I'm about to just not even tell you guys what it is. Like, honestly, I have Urban Decay, and you remember, like, in my first few videos, I really, really love this. I keep going for this. I really do like this. This is not a joke. I'm not sponsored by Wet n Wild or anything. I guess we can kind of turn this into a get ready with me. I mean, I've already kind of started a little bit, so why not? Since I've already mentioned living in Japan, I guess I'll make this a Japan video. First things first, I am in a very, very, like, small little, town, I guess. Like, little... It's honestly really, really nice out here. It depends on where you're from, though. If you're, like, a city person, you're probably not going to like it here. But then again, it's Japan, so if you want to see something, you can just come anywhere. It's somewhere you haven't been, so just saying. But anyway, so it's a very, very small town. Let me think. When I first got here, let me think of like what kind of things. All right, well, so if you are in America, they drive on the opposite side of the road as you. So, you know how like in American cars, you're on the left side of the car. If you're like looking, like if you're in the car and you're looking, you're on the left side. That's the driver's side. We're on the right. They drive on the opposite side, so we drive on the left side of the road where in America you drive on the right, if that makes sense. So that was one of the first things. There's not very many American cars that I have seen. The ones that I have seen were shipped over here, which costs a lot of money because you have to modify it to adhere to Japanese standards. So they do have little hookah bars here, so that was kind of cool. There's not a lot of like actual bar bars. I mean, they do have like the little hookah bar has like alcohol and stuff, but it's so tiny. The places, it's all tiny, so it's like really hard to. It's like it's not like a club. Like you're not gonna go in there and start shaking your booty without hitting like 5 people. So there's that. Honestly, I'm not a huge drinker though. I'm not a huge partier. Now, if I have my group of friends and we want to go to somewhere and get like alcohol and like drink a little bit, I'm down for that, but not every day. To me, that's not that big of a deal. I've only been here a really short amount of time, so I can't really speak too much on it. I do know that if anyone has ever heard of the snow roads, where they seem like, I know I've seen the picture of them and people talking about them before, but it's actually not far from me. I think it's like an hour and a half from me. So I'm pretty far up north, and it's the snow roads are free. They're actually open, from what I understand, is they're open now up until next winter, and then they close them back down. So all in the summer, which is kind of crazy to me, all in the summer you can go see these snow roads. That's what I read. That's kind of what I'm understanding. Could I be absolutely wrong? Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this Maybelline Dream Cushion Liquid Foundation on the go. I'm going to go ahead and be completely honest. Oh, this is also in the shade Porcelain, which is shade 10, I guess. I mixed these up with the L'Oreal Lumi foundation. I had heard really, really good things about the L'Oreal one, and when I went in there, I thought it was this one, and then I watched the video on it again to make sure I knew like how to do it and all that, and it was actually the L'Oreal one. So this is what it looks like when you open it. Jesus. And then that's the inside. But I'm just going to use the little sponge they gave me for now. I'm going to take it off this right here. Because why not? Don't waste product. This was also like $13. So that's kind of crazy to me. Oh, you know what? I didn't put my primer on yet. We're going to put the primer on first. That's all wind, if y'all can hear that. It's not storming or anything outside. It's just all wind. That's crazy. I wonder if Zoe blew away. Because she was outside. Well, she did. At least she won't be barking at people. Ha, that's fucked up. I'm just kidding. Alright, let's see how this works. I'm just going to put this on and then I'm going to use my beauty blender. So, off the bat, it does not look very high coverage. It does kind of look like it has a slight orange tint to it, but nothing like super dramatic or anything. I don't really think this sponge does a terrible job, but I already feel like my beauty blender is going to be way better. It's like not getting in the crevices and all that. So I actually really like the finish on this, to be honest. I think it looks really, really nice. I actually really like this so far, but I mean, I can't really give you a review on it because I'm gonna see. Ooh, yeah, okay. Dipping into the foundation with a beauty blender gives you a lot more product, I think. But it depends on what you're looking for. If you want super high coverage, then that's probably, well, not, super high. This is really nice coverage, though. I would call this light to medium. I don't think this is completely full coverage because I still see my freckles and like a couple like dots and stuff, but I like it, honestly. To be honest, though, before you guys go and be like, oh my god, I have to have it, this was like $13. So if that's kind of expensive for you, then I would be mindful or maybe save up a little bit for it. But yeah, it was like $13. So, I mean, it's cheaper than a lot of other foundations, but next, now I kind of bought all of these yesterday or the other day, so I'm kind of excited to try these. This is the oh my gosh. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is in the shade I think light. Did I rip it off? Oh, it's in the shade Fair. So, let's see how this works. I heard this is really, really good for dry skin. Um, oh, I like the wand. The color seems, I mean, not really off. Like, I mean, it's pretty light, but I do think that the color could be. Well, no, we'll see how it blends. Okay, I don't think it did terrible on my under eye. I mean, I can still see my wrinkles and stuff, but it's not. Doesn't seem like it's extra creasing or anything yet. But to avoid that from even trying to happen, I'm gonna go ahead and try to hurry and set this really, really fast. This is the Fit Me setting. This is all Maybelline. This is the Fit Me setting powder in the shade Porcelain as well. But this is what it looks like. My under eyes are like useless at this point. Like, there's no way I feel like I'm gonna ever be able to fix those. So I do like this concealer a lot better for my forehead. I don't feel like it picks up on my dry spot that bad. I'm gonna add just a tiny bit more though. I don't think this very like brightened it at all, to be honest. Um, I don't really see like a highlighting effect, if that makes sense. I mean, a little bit, but it's still creasing under my eyes. But honestly, at this point, I really don't even think that there's going to be anything to not crease under my eyes. Grab the Wet n Wild. I'm going to just add my blush on real quick. I'm just going to take a small brush. I completely forgot to talk about Japan. I got so into the makeup. The culture here is different than in America. They are very, 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 very polite and very, very respectful here. And I don't mean that as a knock to America, but you don't see that very often in America. And I'm from the South, and I can still tell you that people in the South are still not that nice. Like, not like here. And plus, people in the South, like, y'all can say whatever you want. Y'all are extra judgmental. They do bow. They do that. They are very, but they're so nice. Like, and they're very quiet too. Like, I don't like how do I want to explain this? Like, they're very just soft spoken people. Like, you don't ever really see them get loud. Like in America, you see people yelling and getting drunk and acting fools all the time. And here they're just so like it's a maturity level in my opinion. Like people in America just seem more immature. If that makes any sense, like y'all can take that however you want, really, in my opinion. Like, y'all can take that as me knocking America and hating America or whatever. But when you've been to more countries than just America, you do realize that there are things that America can change. But not my business. I want to curl my lashes really, really quickly. Where I am, um, the kids walk to school by themselves. Um, it's it's just honestly, it's like, and obviously crime happens in Japan too, but it just seems like so much more safe. Like, you're not worried like you are in America. I mean, sure, you'll have your concerns, like but I know people here who have said that they've never locked their car door and nothing has ever been stolen out of it. Me personally, because the way I was, brought up and all that, I still lock my door, and it's nothing against anybody here. It's just habit, more or less. So the food here is really amazing. Ramen. Oh my god, if you don't come to Japan for any other reason, come here for the ramen. The ramen is the best I had, like best thing ever. It's so good. I'm gonna go the Morphe 35U palette, this color right here, and then I'm just gonna take that on the under under eye. I haven't really been to much. The food here is very different. They do have a McDonald's here, but from what I've heard, it's nothing like the McDonald's at home. I personally haven't tried it myself, but I've just heard that there's a difference. There's a huge difference in the two, which I'm not surprised because there's a lot of things here that are illegal that are not illegal in America, like in foods and stuff. Oh, the supermarkets. The supermarkets are awesome. They have fresh like little meals every single day that you can get, and if you go past like 7 o'clock, it's discounted. So you can eat like a meal without really even having to go anywhere. You just go to the supermarket, and then they give you a free, not a free meal, but like a whole meal. They don't do daylight savings time here, and so when America sprung forward, we did not move. So we were 14 hours ahead of the East Coast, and now we are 13, I believe. Something like that. We were 14, and now we're 13. I believe we were 16 hours, or we were 17 hours from the West Coast, and now we are 16. Something like that. But anyway. Honestly, again, I really think that America is like one of the only countries that does that because this is not the first country I've been to that did not do that. This is also the second year in a row that I have not had to deal with daylight savings time, so that's kind of cool. Gosh, I don't even know what all to like. I guess ask questions. Ask me questions and I'll try to like answer them because right now I can't really think of anything. But again, I haven't really been to a whole lot of it. Yeah, so I don't really know. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows really quick. I'll probably do these on camera just to kind of think of stuff. Where I am, it's really cold. It snows a lot. I've never been to Alaska, but I've heard that it snows here more than it does in Alaska. They have a bunch of festivals every year. They have like I just went to a winter festival and it was really awesome. They had a bar carved out of ice, so it was like an igloo, and you went inside and it was a bar. It was a legitimate like you could buy drinks and stuff, and then they had like this little area where they attached a little like boat to a snow ski, and then they dragged you around, and you got the ticket and stuff. I couldn't find that, and I was really upset because I didn't even know, like, they gave me a ticket, and I didn't even know what it was for. And then I found out after that that's what it was for, and we couldn't even find it. So I was a little butthurt about that, but it was awesome. I have pictures where the snow is almost as tall as me. It was crazy. So yeah, I'm from North Carolina, so snow is not a huge deal there. Like it's not like it doesn't happen a whole lot. So when it snows, people like lose their minds, and so here, you know, they don't close the roads. They don't ice the road or they don't salt the roads for ice and stuff either. That's another thing. So it's kind of dangerous to drive here in winter. I thought that was honestly kind of crazy. I don't. That's one thing I do not like, because my car. They first thing they kept telling you, like when I came here, they were like, get a car that's good on snow, get a car that's good on snow. So I get a car that's good on snow, but they never told me about the ice. I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't think I need. Who really needs good snow tires when all you're driving over is ice anyway? Oh, Tokyo is about 4 hours away from me on the train. So it's like $300 for me to travel to Tokyo. So that's another reason why I have not went yet. But I plan on going. And obviously, who does not want to go to Tokyo? They also have like owl cafes here, and obviously, I'm going to go to those too. But apparently, there's one really, really close to me that I want to try. Sapporo, something up north. It's like a separate little island or whatever. It's not really attached to Japan, but it kind of is. They apparently have a train or something that goes underwater to get to it, and they apparently have awesome winter festivals there. So I plan to try and go to those next winter because it's getting warmer here, so I don't know if they're even going to be doing that much longer. But yeah, so that's going to be awesome. If you guys would be interested in seeing me do things that have to do with Japan. Like, for instance, I never really thought too much into vlogging, like my life. But I kind of thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I live in Japan, and I know a lot of people that are subscribed to me at the moment are in America. So I kind of figured it'd be kind of cool for you guys to see that if that was something you guys were interested in. I had also thought about doing this thing where I try like Japanese candy and foods. To be honest, I've already tried some of them, so I'm gonna, when I do that, I would pick ones that I have not tried yet versus ones that I have tried or ones that I don't remember trying, things like that. So it wouldn't be like oh, I'm cheating and I know this is good or something like that. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be like that. It would be stuff that that I know that I don't know, and then be pleasantly surprised or disgusted all at once. I'm gonna try a different brush for my highlight today and see how this works. But I do think it'd be really cool, though. Honestly, like I want to go to the snow roads, the ones I was talking about earlier in the video. I want to go to those. I think that would be awesome. So if that's something, like honestly, if that's something you guys are interested in, I will definitely, I mean, I'm going to be taking pictures anyway. So I figured it would be really awesome for me to go ahead and just incorporate that into the channel so you guys can see that too. So the earthquakes, I have not sat through a huge earthquake, but the first one when I first got here, probably scared me more than any of the other ones. I was actually in a kind of like hotel, like tower type thing. I don't think I like this color with this look, so I'm going to change my mind. I don't want this one. Sorry. Okay, so the sun's coming back just a tiny bit, but it's starting to look like it's about to pour the rain. Or is it pouring the rain? It's starting to. Hi, love. Zoe hates the rain, so I'm assuming it's raining outside because I left the door downstairs open, and she just came up here. All right, so I'm going to pull my little lipstick thingy out. Actually, see all my little lipsticks. This isn't even all of them. I'm using a different set. So I think I'm going to do. Ooh, let me keep the Maybelline going, and I'll use the Maybelline Vivid Matte Lip. I dropped it, but it just landed on my foot. What is it, love? Is it wet outside? Huh? Do you not like it? You don't like the rain? No, you can't get up here. I'm almost done. Get down. Get down. Alright, so I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Lipstick. I used the purple one, but I haven't used any of the other ones, so I guess this is kind of a first impression. Oh, but back to the earthquake story. So, so the earthquake, very first one I experienced, I was in a, like tower, like hotel type thing. And because I was getting used to the time zone difference, I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And since I was up, I was just like walking around. I had been up for a couple hours. It was like 6:30 in the morning. Oh yeah, it's pouring outside. But the sun wants to come out now. Of course. Anyway, but I was like wide awake. And so I had sit here and I was walking around the house and I started hearing this like noise. I was like, what is that noise? And it just sounded like if you leave a window open and the blinds are just kind of like swaying like back and forth, just like smacking the side. That's what it sounded like. And I seen that, and I was like, and I went into like the little room I was in had like a little laundry room and everything. It was like a legitimate little apartment, but it was like a little like hotel room. So I went into like the little laundry area, and I was like looking, and I was like, why? And I was like, is the window open? So I went to the window and the window was not open, and I was like trying to feel for wind and stuff because that's seriously just like all it was. It sounded like just wind coming through the window. And I was like, oh, okay, well it's just wind. But then all of a sudden like I heard it in another room and I was like, what is that? So I go into the living room and the blinds in there are just swaying. And at this point in time, I felt nothing. I was just like, I don't understand like what this is. And so I was sitting there and I was just like walking around the house, and then all of a sudden I felt something. And I'm not gonna lie when I tell you it was the craziest feeling I ever felt in my life. And it's probably just because it was in a tower and it wasn't like, in my house. My house is a little bit different. I'll explain that too. So with the tower, it literally felt like it was just my feet were just moving, like just swaying. That's all it was. The whole entire tower was swaying. It was the craziest thing. And the funniest part of it is that was a earthquake that hit in Fukushima. Not the one that caused the radiation or anything, but it actually hit in Fukushima, but we felt it up north. I'm in the Amori prefecture, so that can give you an idea like how far I am from Fukushima, and the fact that I felt that. That was the second day I was here. It was crazy. But yeah, so the difference between that and in my house though is if you've ever been in like an older kind of like house and it just like a train or something went by or like something in your house just kind of shook a little bit, that's all it feels like in my house. But so far I haven't dealt with like a really, really bad earthquake. Again, I haven't been here long. I'm sure, so I don't really know exactly what will happen when a really bad one comes. But the ones that I've dealt with have not been that serious. They've not been that bad. But yeah, so that's earthquakes in Japan. That hit my door. And like, that just like perfectly landed on my doorknob. The hamper's like 2 feet away on the other side. That was a terrible shot. Okay, guys, so that is it for this kind of, this was supposed to be a tutorial, but it turned into kind of a get ready with me. But yeah, so this is the end of the video. I appreciate you guys watching until the very end if you are still here. Also, again, please let me know if you are interested in the whole Japanese or the whole Japan vlogging idea, the candy idea. I really do want to do the candy one because one, I think that would be really fun, and two, it's candy. Or I guess I'll do junk food. I guess it won't necessarily be like an actual candy or anything. It'll just be junk food in general, or just like snacks from there. But yeah, so again, if you are interested, please let me know. I'd appreciate you. And as always, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye. Ooh, I like this song. Y'all might actually get to hear me sing. My makeup wipes are on the whole other side of my dresser. It's like that's not. Stop taking my son! This is why Jesus made curly. Oh shit. I might have to Fix Plus, or not Fix Plus. I'm not that rich. I don't have Fix Plus. I might have to spray this though. I'm not gonna get up. Thank you, Jesus Christ.
don't